Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Back to the channel. It is my favourite season here at Walt Disney World. Spooky season, Mickey Pumpkin season, and it is Epcot Food and Wine Festival. We are here for 2 weeks in Florida. Over the course of those 2 weeks, I think it's fair to say we're going to try as much of the Food and Wine Festival as possible, and we're going to bring you along with us. Let's not hang about. I am starving. Let's get into it. First up, we have Macketizers. We're mac and cheese people. You knew we were coming here first. We have the traditional mac and cheese and the cheese steak mac and cheese.
My life can be broken down into 2 periods of time. When I have mac and cheese and when I'm waiting to have mac and cheese. Let's see what's on the menu. I'm happy.
Okay, I'm going to try and get a mouthful of cheese and beef at the same time. That is incredibly good mac and cheese. It's very good on its own. I do like the addition of the beef. The cheesesteak one has shaved beef, some peppers in it as well. Amazing. Macketizer's verdict? A triple thumbs up, indeed.
If I don't eat in for the rest of the night, I'll be happy.
That was a pretty strong start to the festival. I always think the mac and cheese booth is a pretty strong start to the festival. You can tell it's a tradition.
I feel they upped the game this year.
They really did, yeah. The mac and cheese, macaroni was super creamy, super thick. The cheesesteak one had a fair bit of heat in it off those peppers. The beef was just perfectly cooked. And that is your non-foodie review of Macketizers. So we are going to, it's Saturday night here at Epcot. Now we are going to be filming this over the course of a few different visits, but because it's Saturday night, it's going to be a bit busier. We are really just here for the festival this evening, so we're going to try as much as we can. Always remember when you're coming to Food and Wine Festival, pick up your passport. Your passport's going to tell you what's available at all the booths. If you're taking part in any of the scavenger hunts or the meals fromage cheese. I want to say cheese hunt, that can't be right.
It's not for you anyway.
We'll look up the proper name for it, but no, it's not something I'll be partaking in. But if you do want to partake in anything like that, all the details for that will be in your passport, and that'll keep you on track as you walk around at the festival, which is what we're going to do now. We are going to go and see what other snacks we can acquire. Quick side note, it is in fact a meals fromage montage, which does make an awful lot more sense than the cheese hunt, which is what I just called it. Disney are better at naming things than I am. Key update, we have a bench. Saturday night, Epcot Food and Wine Festival, we have a bench. It's a win. Up next we have Flavours from Fire, which for some reason I have needed 7 attempts to say and still haven't got quite right. We're having the steakhouse blended burger. I have a little description here. It is beef and wild mushroom slider with truffle brie cheese fondue, arugula and truffle potato chips on a sesame seed bun. There is no graceful way to do this.
No,
you're just going to have to go for it.
It's nice. The burger's done to perfection. Nice roll, and the wee crisps inside it is nice and crunchy. I get the feeling this is going to be another bit. And then another bit. Not for you.
It's okay. It's possibly a little bit more bland than I was expecting. It doesn't have that smoky flavour that I was expecting from the flavours from Fire Booth. Probably not my favourite thing that we've had so far. Just while Ross finishes off the slider, the reason we've come in to Epcot on a Saturday night at Food and Wine Festival, which is not when we would normally recommend that you come to the festival, it's specifically for tonight's Eat to the Beat concert series. If you're not familiar, Eat to the Beat is normally on 3 performances an evening throughout the whole of the festival, and you'll have a variety of different acts. But most importantly, tonight we are here to see Tiffany. Worth it to come in on a Saturday night.
That's what they say when we're together. I won't try your blood. They don't understand, and so we're running just as fast as we can, holding on to one another's hand. They don't wanna let you go. And through it all,
Okay, obviously a little bit later now. I'm here again. It should be a shock to no one. I have the filet mignon, the mushroom filet mignon from Canada. Against all better judgment and common decency, Ross has gone to line up for the poutine from Canada, although he's just arrived back empty-handed. It is very busy. One recommendation I have, if you do want to come to Epcot Food and Wine Festival on a Saturday night, a Friday night, one of those weekend nights, the best way to do it is to come in late and be here for the festival. I don't normally recommend it being your main park day on Epcot. I don't recommend spending the whole day here and then doing the festival at night. It does get extremely busy. Obviously a lot of people are drinking. It gets a bit more of a lively / rowdy atmosphere, but it's much more manageable if you are a little bit having fresher legs, your feet aren't sore, you're not as tired. But that is enough chatter because I have this. There's a reason why this is the hyped festival favourite. There's a reason why I kept this one to last this evening. I say last, but I could be in the mood for some dessert shortly. We'll see. We'll see. We have a shocking turn of events here at Epcot Food and Wine Festival. A shocking turn of events. Prepare yourself. The Canada filet. First bite, perfection. The rest of it has plummeted to the bottom of my festival eats so far. I'm shocked my own self. It has been a firm favourite for me for a long time. But tonight the meat was very chewy. The flavour was still there all the way through it, but it was very chewy to the point where it was no longer enjoyable to eat. And it has now taken the bottom slot for the things that I've eaten today at the festival so far. I'm going to need some time to think this over. Okay, when we talk about Food and Wine Festival, everybody often thinks of the booths, but many of the dining options around Epcot will have their own special offerings for Food and Wine Festival. And we here in Connections Eatery are going to try one of those offerings. This is the Korean barbecue chicken sandwich. Little light snack here. Oh, that's a doubtful expression.
I don't know what to make of it.
In what way?
It's okay. There's some heat after it, but also tastes as if you've been to the China Pavilion and had the orange chicken.
Okay.
But there's a heat after it as well.
The less said about the Korean barbecue chicken sandwich, the better, I think. What did you think of the sandwich the other night?
Having reflected on it, nah, that was not. That was a pass at most. But I would say 5 out of 10.
I think for me it would be even lower than that. I do enjoy Korean barbecue chicken, but this was just cloyingly sweet. I don't know if it was just maybe too late in the evening, but it was an absolute hard pass straight away. Second of our Epcot Food and Wine Festival days. I'm starting the day off right. Been to Shimmering Sips. This is the blood orange mimosa, which pretty much does what it says on the tin. It is blood orange juice with sparkling wine. Cheers. Delicious and refreshing. It's a really good booth at Shimmering Sips. You can actually get the mimosa flight where you can try all the mimosas that they offer. This year they're doing a berry mimosa, the tropical one which features your pog juice, your passion fruit orange and guava, and of course the blood orange one. Normally I would go for a passion fruit orange and guava one, but I have drank my body weight in pog juice at Animal Kingdom, so we're going for something a little bit different this morning. Now, the list of things that I still want to try at Food and Wine Festival is as long as my arm. Just to make things a little bit extra challenging, we are also filming for our Disney World bucket list video today. Now, the Disney World bucket list when it comes to Epcot is, I'm not going to lie, predominantly snacks and drinks. So this is going to be a bit of an endurance test today, but it is going to be a big day. We are here for early entry this morning, or we were here for the early entry I should say. And we're going to go all the way from 8:30 in the morning, hopefully through to 11 PM this evening. That should be plenty of time to pace ourselves, hopefully not shovel too many snacks down my throat in one go to make ourselves ill, but we should hopefully make it through a good portion of that list.
To start off today's adventures, I have a fan and some Powerade. Other drinks are available.
Okay, we have made our way down to France. It's time for a snack. We have the beef bourguignon. I love a little bit of beef bourguignon. I'm going to get right into this. That's another 10 out of 10 item. It's braised short rib and cabernet sauce. Roast potatoes. Absolutely flawless. Next up, we have Morocco flavours of the Medina. And Ross is going to try the chicken kebabs. Okay, verdict?
9 out of 10.
Well, 9 out of 10, that's high.
It's nicely seasoned. I'm not sure about the sauces and vodka as well, I never actually paid attention to that. But it's very nice.
Okay, I've consulted the passport and can confirm that it is chermoula chicken with carrot chickpea salad and garlic aioli.
I was right, it was an aioli. You're master chef here.
Next up, fry basket. So we didn't get the fry flight, we are just going with the adobo yuca fries. These are served with garlic, cilantro, aioli. Yuca fry, let's try this. It's very, very crispy, which I love. I do not like a soggy fry. Delicious.
Good crunch, nice aioli. Not too potato-y tasting. Thumbs up from me.
I do feel that comment requires a little bit of context. Ross is not a potato fan as a general rule. Beyond the world of French fries, he's not a fan of a roast potato, a mashed potato, a boiled potato, any kind of potato. He is not a fan. I, however, am a fan of all potatoes. Feels like the fry basket is a really good stop at the point where we've hit it, which we are around about 3 PM today. So we've already done a full lap of World Showcase today. We've stopped at a few different places. We've obviously been doing rides as well. I feel like I need to add this disclaimer for anyone watching. No, I am not just purely eating in Epcot. I am eating a lot in Epcot, but we have obviously been doing rides and attractions and exploring all the World Showcase pavilions as well. But it's a good time to stop for this because it's a nice crunchy, carb heavy one just to set us up for the rest of the evening. So I think this was a good stop. I would say, I'm going in for another fry in a second. I would say this is a pretty solid option. It's nothing like mind blowing or anything like that. It's a pretty solid option. I would give that probably about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Ross, what would you?
I think 7's fair.
7 fair?
7 fair.
That concludes our Food and Wine Festival tour of 2024. Obviously we are not at the Food and Wine Festival right now, we are here back at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge Resort, and we did run out of time at the festival yesterday. Even though we were in Epcot from 8:30 in the morning all the way through to 11 PM, we still managed to run out of time. But I'm quite pleased we got to try quite a few dishes on Food and Wine. Not as many drinks this time, there weren't as many drinks that I was really too keen on trying compared to the regular offerings in the park. But we did get to try a few dishes. So it's time to put you on the spot. What was your favourite thing that you had to eat at Food and Wine Festival this year?
It comes as no surprise to anyone, but the mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was just phenomenal.
That does come as no surprise, but I do have to agree actually, the mac and cheese was a really, really strong start for us at the festival, and it was quite a tough one to beat. Now for me, the beef bourguignon at the France Pavilion, that was also really, really strong, as were the yuca fries. I really, really enjoyed those yuca fries, but I think I would have to pick the beef at France as my top pick of the festival. Highly recommended. My biggest disappointment was hands down the steak at Canada. That has been the strongest contender at any other Food and Wine Festival we have been at. It was dire. Absolutely dire this time around, so much so I did not finish it. Most of it went in the bin. After that first bite being absolutely perfect, the rest of it was just so chewy, there was just no point in persevering with it. So that was my biggest disappointment of the festival. Did you have one that you were looking forward to but you were really disappointed in?
I would say the tent, the sliders that we had.
Yeah.
Not to say that they were bad, they were decent.
Yeah.
But, just a bit too bland in the end, and I think at the time I said it was nice, but looking back, it was missing some flavour.
Yeah, it was. I would agree with that. It was just very, very bland and flavourless. But I hope you've enjoyed coming around the festival with us and seeing all the snacks that we got to try at Food and Wine Festival. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Right.